Hello, Chris Brasure here. I want to talk to you about 3 personality changes in TBI victims that you should be prepared for. Now, there's a lot of different personality changes that can happen with a traumatic brain injury, but there are certain types of behavioral changes that are pretty common. A few years ago, a young man in his early 20s came to us for help. He had been injured and he had what turned out to be a traumatic brain injury. Now, initially, some of the things that we started to hear were that, for example, this young man would be at a family barbecue, which happened all the time before he was injured. And afterwards, as he would go to these family barbecues, other family members started noticing that he would say strange things, or he was acting in strange ways, even though he looked the same as he did before. They couldn't see what was going on inside of his head. And so ultimately we were able to get him tested he was diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury, and he was able to get some treatment options and have a roadmap after that of how to improve. But there are 3 ways I want to get back to that you may notice somebody's personality is changing, and it may be a traumatic brain injury. Is first, what their mood is may start to change. For example, if somebody before wasn't really known to be irritable or get angry easily, then a lot of times what we've seen is the TBI victim will start to get irritable quickly. Their fuse is shorter. People will think that they're just rude sometimes, or the TBI victim will get angry, and those are the emotions that unfortunately can sometimes be a result of frustration and problems that are going on with the brain. Now, the second thing is how quickly somebody's mood may change. That is another key symptom of a traumatic brain injury. So, for example, if somebody wasn't before going through mood swings, whether they'd be happy and then sad, or at peace and then really irritated, and if what we've seen is people notice that change happens quickly. So, like 1 minute they'll be they will be fine, and then the next minute they may just be irate or really, really upset. So it's important to pay attention about how quickly the mood changes. And the third key change that we often see is the way that the TBI victim expresses their mood. So, for example, the way they speak may be different. They may speak slower or faster, or just they may stop speaking and sometimes stare off. We've seen that before, and that's a lot of the reasons is because there are changes in the brain, and changes in function in the brain will oftentimes cause changes in expression. And so those are 3 key areas to look at when you're evaluating, or you're seeing something's wrong and their personality changes in somebody that you think might have a TBI.